So Koala is the one side, is the blue side for everyone who's watching. I'm getting that.
All right, so Rihan on Kashka, Candy Twirl Kashka. Zodiac on Glaive, Primeval Glaive. Is it Primeval? Am I saying that right?
Prehistoric.
Prehistoric, that's right. Primeval.
That would be one.
All right, and Arctic Jelly on Catherine. And then on the other side for Infamous, we have POA on Taka, Cassandra on Celeste, and Taiwan Tilt on Catherine. Yes, when Arden was doing so well a while back, everyone was like, oh, we don't even need Catherine anymore. She's not a real protector. But she is.
Oh, yeah,
she's
a damn good protector, actually. And it's interesting, though, that both banned Fortress. The question is, are they both scared of him? Because I don't see a Cruel where Fortress is especially really effective. I mean, of course, and the other thing is, no one of those teams, I mean, if you ban Fortress as first, you normally want to play him. Because, not normally, but you either want to play him or you want to somehow get him out of a counter position. And we can see actually right now already in lane, just to capture that, the struggle of Cassandra versus the Zodiac on Glaive, and Cassandra with that perfectly. Yeah, Heliogenesis, he's just out roaming him and pushing him back. And already
he was doing a good. Zodiac tried once actually to send Cassandra into the turret, but he did not make it.
So
oh no, 3v2 down
Arctic
in the
Jelly is just using Merc's Pursuit to get out, but the counter Merc's Pursuit coming in, another one coming in. The Heliogenesis are doing so much damage early game, and Arctic Jelly barely surviving, but Cassandra should fall. Yeah, it's just a pouncy fun coming in, Twilly Silver, and that should be it. But Taiwan Till trying to get actually, yeah, he got the kill, but oh man, that you don't need to, you should not underestimate the value of that Vanguard, of the Stormguard banner on Catherine. But POA,
yeah, that damage is
pretty large. Just killed himself, both simultaneously dying.
And the thumbs up.
That's quite interesting, especially Koshka, Taka, like the only two real assassins in Vainglory so far. That's a good matchup. I mean, we see that a lot of times, but no one is really talking about it because it's so common. But still, like, who has the upper hand? They both have wonderful abilities. Like, their kits are quite similar, actually.
Ooh, I think Taka has the upper hand for that one, to be honest. If he has full stacks.
How dare you?
Right, we have 86.7% for Koala and 13.3% for Infamous. Therefore, clear as before. A lot of fans here from Team Koala from Australia here watching the match and rooting for their team.
Oh right, yeah. Isn't the Koala
until you said that, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, me neither. Is Koala the main? Ooh, is it? Yeah, Zodiac should fall, but after burning out. Oh, he's looking for a connect. That's not smart. There's some Merc's Pursuit coming in, and he should fall. Nothing left there. It's one Heliogenesis, and he would have fallen in lane after burning way too deep in. And yeah, like, is the Koala like the main animal of Australia?
Yes, well, Maine. I don't know about Maine, but I think it's kind of the mascot.
Oh, that's what I meant. Mascot.
That and the kangaroo.
Get the name. Oh, the kangaroo, right? But there is no kangaroo right now in the game. But we do see perfectly kiten and perfectly auto attacking. That the Koshka is so smart, but should fall in the end. Perfect afterburn coming in from the Zodiac to secure Catherine there in the last second after burning into the enemy and knocking them back.
So that was a great push.
Yeah,
great
the after
push
one was so immense important.
So I like the way they're doing this and getting in there really aggressive and taking that farm, because they're going to need that to get the items that they need, because Team Koala is just so good that I think if they let Glaive farm too much without being able to take him out of lane, then they're going to be in big trouble. I'm wondering if maybe Zodiac was watching some of the other matches and he's going to try to do a lane Glaive that we've seen before, because he's got the Swift shooter, and we'll see what he does from there. I was gonna point out something. Oh, that's right. Never mind. I forgot it.
Yeah, and we have like Blueberries already mentioned that, but we need to talk about that one more time. 86% are going for Koala, and right now this is so even, and they have we need to say that they have Cassandra, but getting knocked back, and we're going to say that's going to be an interesting point how they are handling the Celeste, and they just did that perfectly. POA is under his Kaku, so he should be safe until Taiwan Tilt using his Mercus Pursuit to survive and get out of a bad spot. So Celeste will, of course, be early game the character of Team Koala, of Team Infamous, which is dealing the most damage. It's interesting because, I mean, we saw in the match before, it's the third Celeste we are seeing today.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few today.
Just to keep that lineup, in my opinion, you need to burst Celeste as fast as possible. But if you have Taka on the other side, super fast and just engaging, she could wreck. Meanwhile, you are focusing Catherine. She can wreck the entire team, or at least get it really, really, really low and stacking her Bonesaw, potential Bonesaw.
Yeah, his. Right,
Oh my
guy.
goodness! It will never stop.
All right, so it looks like Infamous going for the gold mine, and they're going to drop it with no problems there. Both teams doing really well with their vision in their jungle, although Infamous is kind of pretty much in control of the middle there. A little bit of double up on the mines, though, but that's all right. Bursting a mine on Arctic Jelly, showing them where they are, and I think that they won't do anything about that because they are too far away. Earlier in one of the first engage that we watched, Taiwan Tilt went in on Arctic Jelly with the Merciless Pursuit, and POA and Cassandra did not follow in for the kill on Arctic Jelly, and I think that was the first mistake that they made, and it ended up costing them 2 deaths because of that. So I'm wondering if they have a little bit of trouble talking to each other and communicating what they want to do and when they want to do it.
And we saw how Taiwan Till just perfectly saw Zodiac running to a scout trap, a second one, getting quite low life, getting sniped here. Ooh, that's not enough not enough damage though, but a perfect boot using, and then heliogenicing into the cooldown of the afterburn of the Zodiac. No chance to survive that AoE, and he's just getting hit and falling to the ground. And now they're getting free damage into the turret. It's just 2 minions left to push, but still, you see those heliogenesis on top with an I always forget the name, but never mind. We do see a perfect Mercus Pursuit coming in, and not Mercus Pursuit, the Yami Cat and Frenzy, and the Core Collapse beneath that. And we saw actually how Kizian get quite out of the Yami Cat and Frenzy, directly Core Collapsed and sitting on that spot, and he's getting a lot of damage of the Helios, and Eve is finished now as well. It's the same build on Celeste, by the way, as we saw in the matches before.
Getting the early shield right after the Eve, or even before the Eve, I believe it was. And I like that use of boots. I mean, it leaves Cassandra open later for ganks, so she can't escape, but it was worth it to get that kill early and extra damage on the turret. So good decision making there. Okay, we see Zodiac, the whole team going in, but they do have vision there with that mine. They finally knocked it off. We might start seeing a fight soon, 3-on-2.
Mercus Pursuit coming in, but T1 Tilt is not the focus they should go for, but in the end they're picking up the kill perfectly. And the Kaku coming in for PUA, but well, that's a good trade. They're trading turret for 1 kill, and they're actually getting it. That's 900 gold. They're trying to attempt the gold mine, and gold mine is not even... That's not enough damage, and they're somehow splitting after it because Poa is just distracting them. He's going in with an X-Red, so perfectly AoE damage coming in. And there is the Solar Storm connecting to 3 members. It's just level 1 Solar Storm. Poa is somehow still alive. Is Cassandra pulling it off? Is it a triple kill? Perfect AoE damage, but he's just looking for the... Oh, wonderful. They are all 3 so low.
Oh, man.
Still surviving it. He just needed to connect one of... Ooh, yeah, perfectly. T1 Tilt's getting in with a Merc's Pursuit, but he can't get any kill. Double kill with the Blast Tremor. Beautiful. That is so smart. So smart.
That was wonderful to see.
Blasting them off.
You see the question marks asking, how did you die?
Oh.
I really thought that Cassandra was going to pull that off, actually. I thought she was going to be able to drop a couple Helios and finish them off, especially because Arctic Jelly kept popping his shield and he was going to kill his own team. But they ended up taking her down.
Right.
I know.
The word I searched for during that team fight was the supernova, because that's what Cassandra did. She just always stood on the same spot and tried to rotate between her dots. Her heliogenesis stars she already set down, so she wanted to get supernova, because with that AoE damage, that bigger AoE damage, she could have killed all 3 members. There's Yummy Cat and Frenzy on top, a core collapse beneath Kizian. He can't do anything. He's so low, and the Cassandra getting knocked into the Catherine actually, and now they are getting that AoE damage. They are just eating it. Zodiac is trying to escape somehow, but he will fall in the end to another Heliogenesis, and we do see 3 kills picked up and then team fight. Gold Miner is going to pay out in a second as well. Turret is down already. They have a lot of pressure. 1 minion mine on their side. That is going to be at least a turret.
All right, so it looks like 13% of the people in chat right now are losing their bet, or winning their bet.
There's a lot of glory points falling down.
There was so much extra damage coming off of the gold miner because he had, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they had used, I think it was Taiwan Tilt used the minion candy on the gold miner, which is a very good move there, especially if you're going to have team fights right at that crucial point.
And I just like the CC of Cassandra. She's using the Helios perfectly just to spot enemies and also just to keep them away. Because like they know if they pop if she's popping a second Heliogenesis, that's even going to be more damage. And you don't want to run into that, especially not the Zodiac, because he's like super squishy. I mean, not super squishy. He has a lot of health basic, but he has like only weapon and not even one finished tier 3 item so far. So it's going to be interesting. He might finish some days back. Or
he can still put out a lot of damage.
Yeah, he might finish an breaking point later on. It looks like they don't want to fight. Blastrummer is coming in, but nope. Team Koala, they are backing off. They are not committing for that team fight. The Blastrummer is now on cooldown. Heliogenesis up. Yummy Catnip is up. Blastrummer is actually up as well, but that's just a snipe. Oh. No chance. I just said it. Glaive can't survive it. I mean, he has nothing to block that perfect Solar Storm coming in and just falling down. That's a free turret. Glaive is down. It's a 3v2. If they're playing it smart, that's at least another turret, or maybe even ace if Team Koala is actually overexcited. That's what they did. They just got double core collapse, and now they are on the run. Kizian is getting X-Red suit. He's falling down to POA. And POA is getting knocked back though. The turret is attacking, but you can see the damage coming out of Celeste. That's again still a 3v2, but they are all so low. T1 is popping an Atlas of Pauldron, is barely surviving it. You just mentioned the damage getting reflected by Catherine. That nearly killed Cassandra there. That was so close.
So the Glaive, you see how quickly he came right back out after dying, and then he almost died immediately again. So he really needs to work on that defense. I think if he doesn't get it, this is going to be a really big mistake for Koala.
Yeah, and what for buying a breaking point if he can't sustain to doing a fight? I mean, he's on a barb needle, but still, he's somehow not strong enough to sit in there. He should mix in a fountain, in my opinion, to get somehow a longer sustain and maybe the soonish breaking point, which he's going towards to
I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to pay more attention in the next battle. I'm wondering if he's using his blood song too early and not retaining all the 20% lifesteal from the 20 stacks.
Yeah, fully, bro, if you want to use that.
Yeah, and you got to keep it up during the fight.
Yes, and I mean that's perfect. You meant that's basically a built-in fountain with the blood song, and you're dealing damage on top. So you need to always, if you have the time for it, and if the moment is right, but always try to get the 20% out of it with 20 stacks. Because, 20% is plus health. That's just immense, especially if you're stacking your breaking point. That's really important. And he finished that.
And he's got the barb needle. Yeah, so he's got the barb needle as well. So that's 30% lifesteal if he's got 20 stacks for every hit. All right, so they need to make sure they focus him down. So he's probably going to go for the reflex block right after this. Most likely a crucible, because I don't see any aftershocks on the other side.
Yeah, he should go for a fountain though, in my opinion, not for a crucible. That would be the best way to go. Taiwan Tilt trying to poke a bit the turret. There's not a lot of DPS. That just looks like a bit of bait. And we saw Heliogenesis actually hitting all 3 members of Team Koala, and Team Koala, they are playing it safe. I like how they are doing it. They are not overcommitting at the moment. They know for sure Goldmine is paying out in a second. That's even going to be a bigger gold gap coming in. There it is, coming in for a Team Infamous, and it's looking not too good. I mentioned it, Cassandra late games. So that's going to be difficult. They need to lock her down instantly. But then you have still Taka sitting there on a bonesaw. As I called it, I called it 5 minutes ago.
That's true, you did. And that's the same build that they were doing last time, that we saw in the last game on Infamous Prime, actually, for Taka and Celeste. So they're building the same items in the same order at the moment. And the only difference is Taiwan Tilt's Catherine is going for an Atlas Pauldron early, which is a very smart move against Zodiac's breaking point.
Oh, you see that Kraken is getting captured so fast. But Koala is coming from the other side. They don't expect them to come in, but there they are. They try to steal that Kraken. Are they pulling it off after burning in? It's not quite enough. It's Team Infamous getting actually the perfect Kraken, but there is a Solar Storm coming in, and there is just no chance to survive that. There is a couple of Scout Traps popping as well. That's a clean ace, that's a clean Kraken, and that is going to be game for Team Infamous.
Yes.
And sorry for you guys, you lost a lot of glory points.
Well, is it definitely over? They're not gonna.
No.
Yeah, I don't see any way.
No chance they're going to get that.
So I think, yeah, you're right.
So fast.
Glaive should have gotten, so Zodiac should have gotten the fountain way earlier, instead of spreading out all his gold between a whole bunch of level 1, tier 1, tier 2 items. So I think that was the mistake. They had 3 stuns, so they could have locked down Celeste if they needed to. But if you saw every single time that Rihan was Yummy Catnip Frenzying on Cassandra, she would drop her Core Collapse on herself so that it would stun Rihan out of the Yummy Catnip Frenzy. So that's a very smart counter for that, especially since she didn't have the reflex block to block it normally.
Rihan, they had no block. I mean, normally if you're playing triple stun, you want to have at least an crucible on Catherine, right? But somehow they just connected those Rocket Leaps, Core Collapse, and Mercus Pursuits early game. I mentioned that a couple of times, but they fell off out of that habit quite fast. And so they hadn't the need for getting in reflex block. So Cassandra only went with the Dragonheart. That's reckless because easily buying an out of the O card you can easily buy in reflex block instead of the Dragonheart, but just went for the health, extra health damage, extra health. That's perfectly, and it went pretty good for them.